Stop.
I hate hills.
You want the test to end?
Yeah, I want to know why. I feel like I failed, I'm not gonna lie, but you never know.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we have another learner driver who is here for me to assess her driving. So basically, after this test, I'm going to tell her if she's ready for an actual test or not. Yeah, simple yes or no. Yeah. Before we get started, any of you that want to take part in these mock tests, which are totally free because you guys allow me to upload these, all you need to do is drop us a message on Instagram at DJN Driving. And guys, just before we get started, any of you that are learning to drive, please check out my ultimate driving course. Here's a short clip just telling you what it's about.
Hello, my name is Olivia and I'm from Farnham. I first found out about DJN's driving course from my brother. Like me, passed first time and really recommends the course. I've now been driving for a month and a half and it's so convenient being able to drive to college and just have that freedom there. If you are as eager as I was to pass, I would definitely recommend using this course to pass first time.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons.
Okay, so today's learner driver. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Aksa.
Okay, so tell us a bit about your driving, please.
So I've been driving for 4 years, 4.5.
Okay.
So obviously I've had instructors, but I've never with instructors, I've never been that comfortable, or there's been an issue with instructors. So I've always, because my husband's passed, not recently, but he's been passed for about 4.5 years. He's been teaching me how to drive. I'm a dad. He's been driving for, I think, 30 plus years.
Okay.
So obviously I've been learning with them too. I'm quite comfortable with how I drive.
Driving wise, do you feel quite confident?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Is there anything that you feel you need more work on?
I don't know. I feel like I'm okay with my driving and everything. It's just with parallel parking, reverse parking, everything. I did that not long ago. I feel like it's more about when I check my mirrors.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll find out today. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, I've never met Aksa before. It's the first time she's driving this car, and yeah, we're gonna tell if she's ready for a test or not. Yeah. Any questions before we start?
No, not really.
The show me, tell me questions. Have you been through those?
Yeah.
Okay. So, could you tell me how you check your brakes are working?
So, obviously, when you press the brake, it's so you switch the car on and check the brake, and if the back lights are working, they're working. If sometimes even if the back lights on, maybe your brakes are not working properly. So how you would check if they're not like spongy or like they're slacking a bit.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you answered like 2 questions there. So do you know the tell me questions? There's 2 questions. One's about the brake lights.
Yeah.
So I didn't ask you that one. I asked about the brakes.
Okay.
So the correct answer for that is, so you know when you set off.
Yeah.
You press the brake. The pedal shouldn't feel spongy or slack, and the car shouldn't pull to one side.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Whenever you're ready, if you could move off. So we're not going to be following the sat nav today. I'm going to be asking you to follow some signs at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, for the independent driving. And if I don't say anything, just continue straight ahead.
Okay.
And at the end of the road, turn right, please. When turning right, you should position to the right and as close as you can to the centre white line. Getting a good position is a form of signal and will allow vehicles behind to continue if the road is wide enough. Aksa doesn't position to the right and is more central. This was one of her reoccurring minor faults. There is a large vehicle parked to our right, which is not visible to you guys yet. Because of that vehicle, we couldn't really see much and therefore it was difficult to assess a safe gap. In this situation, Aksa should have edged forward until we had a better view. She decides to risk it and emerges out. Luckily there was no vehicle approaching.
And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left, please.
Before signalling, you should always check the mirrors first. The center mirror followed by the left or right side mirror depending on which direction you are signalling and moving. AXA checks the center mirror, but her side mirror checks before signalling were pretty non-existent. Something she needs to work on.
Okay.
When parking up, she steers onto the pavement, but because the curb is dropped, AXA doesn't notice. And we also block an entrance. When moving off, AXA isn't using the correct routine. If she was learning with a qualified instructor, then she would be familiar with getting the biting point and releasing the handbrake after the observations. Not using the correct routine here isn't her fault, but the way she moves off by keeping her foot on the brake does lead to stalling.
Thank you, and move off when you're ready.
After stalling, she should have checked the right blind spot before moving off, which she doesn't do. You should only press the clutch down when stopping or changing gear. AXA presses the clutch down every time she slows down. This will be marked as a fault for coasting. When overtaking parked vehicles, there is no need to signal unless it looks as if you're parked up. AXA's positioning is fine, and in this situation the signal can be misleading as there is a right turn coming up. Here is AXA's first serious fault. She rushes into this situation and should have slowed down on approach. She gets quite close to the parked vehicle. To be fair to her, at no point did I think she would hit the vehicle, as her judgement isn't too bad. This is something that a lot of experienced drivers would probably think is okay to do, but on a driving test it would be a serious fault. We call it shaving vehicles.
At the end of the road, turn right, please.
This is a steep uphill junction. AXA stalls twice and does get a bit frustrated with herself. There was no one behind us, so she didn't hold up anyone. Third time round, she managed to move off without stalling.
I hate hills. Okay. Oh.
Up until now, AXA hasn't done too bad. Yes, she's got a few bad habits, but has only made that one serious fault. But that's about to change as we head on to dual carriageways and roundabouts. There were a lot more serious faults than I was expecting. As we turn onto this carriageway, she selects the right hand lane. AXA should move into the left lane when it's safe, as this right hand lane is for overtaking and turning right. She doesn't change lanes and continues to drive in the right hand lane.
Some traffic lights coming up soon. We're going to be turning left at those lights.
just moved into the left lane correctly. Now the 2 lanes become 3. As we move from this lane to the left, AXA doesn't check any mirrors. At this roundabout we are going straight ahead. We can use both lanes, but it's better to select the left lane out of the 2 so you're in the left lane after exiting the roundabout. AXA selects the right hand lane, which isn't a problem, but after exiting the roundabout she continues to drive in the right hand lane, just as she did earlier. Instead of keeping to a lane, she's drifting to the left over the marking. At this roundabout, I've asked AXA to follow signs to Wolverhampton. She notices a sign and markings and understands that she should be in the middle lane. She's doing good observations and is looking for a safe gap to change lanes, but no one gives her way. So in this situation, the safest thing to do is to turn left, as we are in a left turn only lane. AXA goes straight ahead. This one I think she was a bit unlucky on. We're entering a car park in which I'll be asking her to do the reverse bay parking maneuver. As she enters the car park, AXA decides to drive over the bays instead of just keeping her position. You can't do that. Just follow the road to the right now, please. Okay, keep going straight on, yeah, and then stop at the end. We're going to reverse into one of these bays. So, yeah, stop anywhere here, that's fine. And if you could reverse into any one of these bays on the left.
Okay. Is it pressed down?
You lift the lever up at the front. There's a little button at the front. That's it. You guys that are regular viewers know that I always go on about observations and how important they are when doing any maneuver. AXA checks the centre and right mirrors, but apart from that there are no other checks. You must look out the back window and check the right blind spot, which AXA doesn't do. She readjusts her position a few times, which isn't a problem, but again doesn't do the necessary observations. Okay, and move off when you're ready there. Roundabout turn right, please. When exiting this roundabout, she doesn't check any mirrors. We are moving from the right to the left, so you should check the centre and left mirrors before changing lanes to exit the roundabout. Now we're going to do the emergency stop. Access stops quite well and does the usual thing after stopping, which is not securing the car and just staring at the instructor. But when moving off, she forgets to check both blind spots. You must check these before moving off after an emergency stop. Okay, so shortly I'm going to ask you to do the emergency stop.
Okay.
Stop! Thank you, and move off when you're ready, please. We're turning right at 2 roundabouts, and at both roundabouts, AXA doesn't check the mirrors before moving to the left to exit the roundabout.
I feel like the only reason I kept stalling was because obviously it's a new car. I've not normally drove cars like this.
Okay.
It's normally like you know the 08 or 55 plate Golfs.
Turn right, please.
Them normally.
Yeah. Okay. It's the second exit to the right, yeah?
Second exit to the right.
Traffic lights, turn right, please. She carries out good observations and shows good judgment when changing lanes. She was about to put the hazards on to say thank you, something you shouldn't do. She's about to put the hazards on there.
Yeah.
When parking up, again she goes onto the pavement. Okay, and move off when you're ready. When moving off, she doesn't check the right blind spot.
I feel like everywhere looks like exactly how, you know, where we first started. I just feel like every road looks like that.
Okay. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, it's just weird. Like I keep thinking, okay, we're gonna finish now. We're gonna finish now. Because every road looks the same.
You want the test to end?
Yeah, I wanna know why. I feel like I failed, I'm not gonna lie. But you never know.
That's the end of the test. I've added 2 serious faults for the reoccurring minor faults. These were for coasting and positioning when turning right. It's time to tell AXA some truths about her driving. Okay, that's the end of the test. Thank you. So, how do you think you did?
I don't know. Even if I fail, it's a learning curve.
Good.
So,
yeah. So, do you think you're ready for your driving test? If your driving test was, say, next week, do you think you're ready for it?
I don't know.
What do you think? Yes? No?
I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay. So you got no, like, your own assessment of your driving? So
I feel like my driving's fine, but obviously there's always something like there to pick out.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Okay, so obviously you want me to be truthful, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously, the faults are there. You can watch the faults back and I'll go through them as well, yeah. But in my opinion, I think, you know, driving with your dad and husband, has done you up in terms of you can handle the car. You don't seem too scared handling a car now, do you? Yeah. But you've picked up quite a few bad habits. Yeah. Okay, so you're driving like someone who's probably been driving for quite a few years. Like you said, you've been driving with them for over 4 years now. Yeah. Okay. No offense to them. They've done as much as they can. Yeah. By taking you out in the car, which is good. Yeah. Like I said, it helps your confidence. Yeah. But driving wise, there's a lot of mistakes in there which they probably can't help you with at the moment. Yeah. So you definitely need to, I think, stop driving with them and have some lessons with an instructor to get you ready for a test.
Okay.
Because you won't get ready for a test, so you'll keep driving and you'll think you can drive. Yeah. Well, you can drive, but I'll go through the faults and you'll realize it'll help you realize. Yeah. Okay, so but that's normal, you know, when you haven't had lessons with an instructor.
Yeah.
Like I said, you've done really well to get up to here. Yeah. But now you need to switch it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So right, the faults, there were quite a few. Okay, there were quite a few. Again, these are, you know, if you're having lessons, you can easily sort out. Yeah, within a few lessons, because instructors can see these faults. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you probably won't be able to notice them. Yeah. So, one, it's like a minor fault, but that keeps happening. You know, when you turn right at the end of a road, yeah, where's your car supposed to be positioned?
Right.
Yeah, close as you can to the centre line.
Yeah.
Every time you just put your car in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on nearly every right turn we did. Okay, if you just on like one or two and the others were okay, I'd say okay, you've got the knowledge there, but you've got the knowledge, but you're not doing it.
Okay.
Okay, and coasting. Do you know what coasting is?
I think so, but it's out of my head right now.
Okay, so coasting is when you just put the clutch down for no reason. Yeah, and that's what you do. You're only supposed to put the clutch down if you're stopping or changing gears.
Okay.
But in general, how many times do you put the clutch down when you're driving?
A lot.
Exactly, yeah, you just rush for it. Exam will see straight through that, yeah. Okay, again, if you do it once or twice, it's like, and it hasn't caused massive danger, okay, but in a lot of situations where there was a parked car, an oncoming car, just rushed into there, you put the clutch down first, you got really close. I knew you were going to stop, yeah, within the first couple of minutes I could see you can handle a car, but you're going to do everything. Like, a lot of experienced drivers probably just whiz into the situation, stop, then whiz out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called shaving other vehicles, getting very close to them. Okay, and you don't rush into those situations. You gotta add the anticipation part. So have you done your theory test yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know the hazard perception part?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have to do in that?
Obviously, you have to look out for every hazard.
You have to keep looking. So when you're driving, you got to think, where's the hazard? Where's the hazard? When you see a hazard, ease off the gas a bit. You're rushing straight into it.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a learning curve.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I wanted to do this mock test.
Yeah.
So at least I know where I've got to, so where I need to learn and stuff like that.
And that's what I love, that you're acknowledging, fine, tell me my fault, I want to learn from it.
Yeah,
As long as you go back
100%.
and learn from it, it's brilliant. Yeah, okay. And the other ones, you said at the start, your mirrors, yeah. You know, whenever we ask you to turn right or left, yeah, or if you're turning right or left, what's the first thing you're supposed to do?
Mirrors.
Yeah, do you do them?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, most of the times you don't. Yeah? So
Yeah.
it's supposed to be mirror, center mirror, and then the direction you're turning, and then the signal. Yeah, so it should be mirror, signal, then maneuver. You're setting your signal. You're doing it when you have to change lanes and that, yeah. But even on when you're exiting a roundabout, yeah, before you exit a roundabout, which mirrors are you supposed to check?
In whatever direction you go into,
So you know
that
when
mirror and the centre.
Yeah, so you know when you're exiting, leaving a roundabout.
Yeah.
So which mirrors then?
Centre and right.
Yeah, and the left.
Oh, sorry, left.
Yeah, center and left, and you weren't doing that, especially on the right hand, because you're moving from this lane to that
Yeah.
lane. Yeah. Okay, and that's a serious fault in itself. Like, say you're driving on a dual carriageway. Would you remember that one time when I asked you to follow signs to Wolverhampton, and you noticed the cars, they weren't giving you way? You wouldn't change your lanes there without checking your mirrors, would you?
No.
No. And you could judge the cars there. You did that was good judgment. You can see the cars, they weren't giving you way. Yeah. But there's no difference. You know, when you're exiting a roundabout, you're still changing from this lane to this lane when you're exiting. You know, when you're turning right. You understand? Yeah. So that, and let's stick to that part where, you know, those cars weren't giving you way. You knew you had to go into the middle lane. Yeah, because we were going to go straight, but then you were in the left-hand lane, and that had a left arrow, which meant
Yeah.
left only. Yeah. You saw that as well. Yeah, that's what you're trying to get over. Then those cars didn't give you away. That's quite an unlucky like situation to be in. Yeah, but sorry, that was the camera. I thought someone hit us. Okay, right. Yeah, so that was like I said, an unfortunate situation to be in. Yeah, so nobody gave you away, and you were there at the end of the roundabout now. Yeah, and that you're in the left lane, which goes left only. What should you have done?
I feel like I should have waited because there was cars behind, but I just carried on because I didn't want the cars.
That's fine. You know, when you carried on, you got to the roundabout now. You're in the lane that goes left only. Yeah, and from that lane, which way did you go?
Straight.
Yeah, what should you have done?
Move to the next lane.
Yeah, but you couldn't because there were cars there. So what you should have done there is you should have signaled left and gone the wrong way. If you watch all my videos, I always say if you're in that situation, it's okay to go the wrong way. That's the safest thing to do. But what you did was you went from this left lane straight ahead. Yeah, so that would be a serious fault for using the wrong lane.
Okay.
You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Good. And then on a dual carriageway, yeah, there's 2 lanes, aren't there?
Yeah.
Which lane should you be driving in?
Left. No, right, sorry.
The right one? Or the left one?
Left one.
The left one. What's the right one for?
Overtaking.
You got the knowledge there. So on every dual carriageway, which lane were you driving in?
Overtaking.
See, the knowledge is there. It's just habit. You see, because you've done your theory in that and you've had a few lessons somewhere, yeah. But again, when you're driving with your dad or your husband, you guys are probably like, let's get there quick wherever you go.
Yeah.
You are, aren't you? Yeah. So again, that's normal. Like I said, you got to stop those now and switch to lessons, and you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I'm still confident, but I know there's like some things I need to learn, and I know this kind of bad habits.
Yeah, it's just habits. It's habits now. Yeah.
I need to change them, but it's like I need someone to tell me to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I mean. That your dad and husband did a brilliant job so far, but that they can't take you any further with the in preparing.
Obviously, they've already passed. It doesn't really matter to them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Thank you very much for coming down here to do the mock test.
No problem.
Okay. Right, guys. Like always, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.